Hello again, my name is ARES. I am Undet Point Cloud Software Manager, and today we have a workshop how to annotate drawings using Undet tools in ARES Commander. And in total, we had a webinar how to annotate drawings in AutoCAD yesterday, and today our workshop is dedicated for ARES Commander users, as you know, and that has solution based on ARES Commander with Undet plugin, specialized for 2D floor plan vectorization. And today we will focus on ARES Commander software. Okay, and as you may know, Undet software is developed by Thermodus company, which are working in the reality capture industry more than 50 years. We're doing a lot of scanning. We're doing point cloud converting projects into 2D drawings, 3D models, BIM models. And to be efficient, to work faster, work easier, we are developing Undet software as a plugins for ARES Commander, AutoCAD, SketchUp, and Revit. And today, our workshop task is to show you how you can simple annotate the floor plans, sections, annotations using Undet blocks, Undet software, or other tips to speed up everything or this process. And during this workshop, we will learn a few things. So the first one, how to add altitudes levels on the plan drawing by snapping to the point cloud points, how you can automate this process using Undet Browser scripts, how you can create your own scripts, and how simple and easy add altitudes to sections and facades drawings. And during this workshop, we will use ARES Commander 2024, Undet plugin for ARES Commander, Undet Browser, Undet scripts, Undet blocks to annotate everything. Also, we will have some sample DVG files and sample point cloud files. And everyone who have registered to this webinar workshop, you will receive all these files after the webinar will end. So you will be able to practice yourself how to annotate the floor plans, and you will have all the softwares, all the scripts, all the blocks. And the first part of our workshop, how to add altitudes and show the levels on the floor plan drawings by snapping to the point cloud points. And to show this, I will switch to ARES Commander platform and open the sample drawing, which you will receive after this workshop ends. Okay, so as you can see, I have a small part of a floor plan drawing with the windows, doors, walls, some beams, but now this drawing has no annotations, floor levels, ceiling levels, and first part is to show the floor levels, to add the floor levels to this floor plan. Okay, so I will open sample point cloud project. We'll change the coloring to intensity. Just want to rotate a little bit just to show that it's a small section of a point cloud, only this part of a building, just for practicing. And what I will do now, I will go to the plan view. So double click, or you can use this feature, top view. And now to annotate the floors, I need to slice the point cloud. So I will use slice by rectangle tool. Okay, rotate the view. And I need to resize my slice to see only floors. Again, going to the top view, I have the view orientated to the floors. And to better understand the floor levelness, we will go and select coloring by plane mode. And in the setting windows, we will choose the reference plane. We can choose the color palette. And now we are using coloring by plane method and with the fixed size intervals. And it means that in each 2 centimeters, you will see different color, just to understand the floor levelness. Or if you type 5 centimeter, we will see each different color in 5 centimeter intervals. So usually a tolerance to annotate floor ceilings is 1-2 centimeters, so we can color our point cloud by 2 centimeters. And now I clearly see the levelness of the floors. And to start annotating this floor by inserting blocks and snapping to the point cloud points, we will need to open snapping blocks folder, which you will receive after this workshop. And here we will find 4 files, 3 files with the blocks and the master file. So now I will open the master file. And in the master file, we will find the blocks in 2 different scales, 1:50 and 1:100. And to start annotate the floor plan drawing, we need to copy these files. And these files, if I will make a copy, and move that block to different Z level by checking the properties, the position Z is 151. And as you can see, the value changed. If a block on the position Z, it's showing with 0. And if you will shift the blocks, it will show exact Z position in the attributes of the blocks. So I will copy these blocks to my original file for floor plan vectorization. So pressing the right mouse button, copy the reference point, selecting the insert snapping mode, going again to my file, pasting these blocks over here. And now I will choose floor level block, copy this block. I will use snapping by insert mode and deactivate the ortho mode. And now to snap to the point cloud points, I need to activate a snap, press F3. When you see the yellow symbol, it means that you are snapping to the point cloud points. When you will place this block, it automatically will start showing the correct level of these floors. And now, again, I'm selecting the copy, insert block position, and I will place the blocks to each room by snapping to the point cloud points. Where I see different color, I can add additional block. And by typing regen, you bold everything, you will see different values. And now if I will close my point cloud, you will see that I have placed the annotations on my floor view. And what next? So we'll go back to the top view. We'll open point cloud again. And now here you see the ground surface. It's definitely changing the altitudes. And I will use this block to annotate the ground surface around the building. The same copy. And just snapping and copying these blocks to the point cloud points. Now, if I will hide the point cloud, you will see that each block has a different value. And now I have annotated the floors, annotated the ground surface around the building. I will rotate the view from the side. Okay, switch coloring by intensity. Yeah, so I will not use the coloring by plane. And now I need to move the slide to see the ceilings. So I will press switch grips. And now I can slice point cloud to see ceilings. And again, moving to top view. If I want, I can choose the coloring by plane. Go to the settings. Select the reference plane. As you can see, each room has a different altitude, because in each room, the point cloud showing that has a different color. And now I want to annotate the ceilings. To do that, I can go, before doing that, I can go to settings again, activate the transparency mode. In this case, I will see the floors levels, which I have already placed. And now I will use the CL block, ceiling level, the same proceed. Copying these blocks with the insert point. And now I will place a couple of annotations. Hide the point cloud. So when you have placed all the annotations, so this was not snapped. If you rotate the view, you will see that these annotations, these blocks, will be placed on the point cloud surface in a 3D space. So usually when we are delivering floor plan, we need to make everything flat on the same UCS level. So to move these blocks down, we cannot use the position Z tool to write the enter, because if I write the enter with 0, refresh, regen, the block will show the position 0. And if you want to move these blocks to a 0 and keep the attribute values, the level, you need to explode. And as you know, in ARES command, there is two tools, explode and burst. So if you will use explode tool, you will see only these symbols, suffix text CL, ceiling levels, and the attribute definition level CL, which we are replacing with correct level from the point cloud. So to explode these blocks and have the transparency and get just leave correct values, we will use burst tool. And now all these blocks are converted to a simple nodes. It's still on the 3D space, that if I will select these blocks, you see that position, I can change the position to 0. And as you can see, now these blocks is on the same level as my line work. Okay, and during this workshop, I have used these 3 blocks, CL, FL, and level snap, and I will share these blocks with you. And what you can do with these blocks, of course, you can change the scale, but if you will go to each block individual, you can customize these blocks and just make look how you want. Okay, what you cannot change the block attribute definition part. So double mouse click, you will see that it's a tag name. So this part you cannot change because we are replacing this text with the annotation levels. But for example, FL, there's a typical simple note object which you can change. You can draw the lines here, place the symbols. You can change the layers, change the font, so you can customize. And after saving, you can insert these blocks in your drawing and start snapping in the point cloud floor plan and receive the correct Z level. Okay, and what next? What next? We will have the second part of our workshop is Undet Browser scripts to automate floor plan annotation workflow. And to do that, we will use the same drawing. We can close our snapping blocks and go to the top view. And we will open Undet Point Cloud project. Okay. Now I see the point cloud. The point cloud colored both black and white with a transparency option, because if you want to annotate the drawings with Undet Browser, you don't need to slice the point cloud because we will not snap to the point cloud points. Okay, so we can use the transparency mode just to see the outline. And you can delete these blocks. And to start annotating, we need to open Undet Browser. So I will go to a scan data folder. We'll activate scan station markers. These scan station markers show where my scanner was standing when I took the measurements with it. And with double mouse click, we will go inside Undet Browser. If you're following Undet, you know that Undet Browser is free 360 scan viewer. You can browse your scans. You can take the measurements, measure the coordinate, you can measure the distance between 2 points. You measure the same height of this room. But we have some unique features when Undet Browser is communicating with Undet plugins. So in this case, the Undet ARES commander. And when we're working with the point clouds, mostly we're using 2 screens. If I will go to ARES commander, the browser will hide. So I will use always on top feature from Undet Browser. And now when I zooming in ARES commander, I will still see the Undet Browser. Okay, how Undet Browser is communicating with Undet ARES commander. So double mouse click will open this scan station view. And here we have the scripts which will help you annotate the floor plans. We have prepared for you 50 scripts which you can use to annotate the floor plan drawings. And now I will select a floor level script, activate the scripting, and once I will click on the floors, you will see that I have placed the annotations with the floor levels. And I did not snap to the point cloud points. And these scripts are very powerful, and you can very easily annotate the different levels, like a beam soffit level, floor levels. You can choose ceilings levels, and you're just clicking. It is importing the block with the level of the ceilings or different height. And but if you want to be more productive, we have advanced scripts. Then you, for example, with 2 clicks, you can annotate the floors and the ceilings. And now let's move to this room. And one click on the floor, another click on the ceilings, and I have a block showing the floor level and the ceiling only with 2 clicks. If you want, you can create the blocks even more complex or use our created. For example, to show the floor level, room height, and room name. Again, 1 click, another click, and I have inserted the block showing the floor level, room height, and room name. And if I burst this block, I can change the room name to office room, probably, annotation. And using the scripts, you can annotate and show different heights. For example, in this room, I have a beam, and I can use the command beam height 8 height on the floors, on the beam, and I will have beam height from the floors. As you can see, I can very easily annotate the beam soffit level. I can get the height from the floors to the beam head, and it's the same with the doors. If I am going to the scan station, I see where is the doors. I can, for example, select the door height script, 1 click here, another click over here, and I have the door height. And very easily I can move between the scans and place the annotations on the door heights and inserting the blocks. So as you can see, it's a long list with the scripts. And the most complex script is to annotate the windows. So we have the scripts to annotate the floors to Windows sill, sill to Windows head. And I will use this script. I will press on the floors, Windows sill, and Windows head. Okay, and as you can see, and that automatically inserted the blocks showing the distance from the floors to Windows sill and from the Windows sill to Windows head. And again, I can browse the scan stations. Few clicks, and that is creating annotations blocks. And you don't need to take additional measurements. You don't need to slice the point cloud. You don't need to snap to the point cloud points. You don't need to measure the distance and just write by hand everything. And that is creating these blocks, inserting into ARES commander. Of course, as I told, if you will rotate the view, these blocks will be snapped to the point cloud points. And if you want to keep the attribute definitions, like as a text block, instead of using explode, you should use the burst and convert to the text blocks. Okay. And now I want to show how you can customize these scripts and blocks. As you can see, there is a scripts which you can copy paste, and by pressing plus, you can create your own script or edit already prepared scripts. Okay, so I will get back to PowerPoint presentation. And I see there's some questions. I will answer these questions later, after I will show all these tools. Don't worry, I will not forget these questions. And the third part of our workshop is to show how to customize Undet Browser scripts to meet your requirements. Okay, so if you will take a look to Undet script, at the beginning it seems complicated, but if you will start to look more carefully, it's very easy to change and adapt to your styles. So in general, there's parameter where you need to choose how many clicks you will use. So we have 1 click just to place the levels, 2 clicks when we need to show the heights or 2 levels, or we can use 3 clicks to annotate windows to show 2 heights. Okay, and then we have a DVG block file name. I will tell you later on where you can find these DVG files and how to edit. We will see 2 tags, which is be in the DVG file. We will see that software is reading XYZ coordinates. You can choose where to insert block on the first click position, second click position, or just take the average of all clicks. You can choose how many decimal places you want to see. And also you need to enter this parameter one to show the both tags as the levels if you're annotating floors and ceilings with 2 clicks. And the spaces are required after each script, just to repeat again and again, just to annotate the drawing without making a pause. And to better understand the script modification, customization, here are a few examples, and we'll analyze already prepared scripts. Okay, the floor level script, just to show the level by snapping to the point cloud points in Undet Browser. So you can see that we are using 1 click. We are using Undet DVG file, using 1 tag, block insert point 1 on the second click, on the first click, yeah, because we have only 1, and decimal places too. And the last attribute is 1 to show both tags. But currently the second tag is empty because this block contains only 1 tag. If you will go further, we have a script to annotate the door height. So in total, we have 2 clicks using Undet DH DVG file, 1 tag, block insert point, and decimal places. And this script is door height DH. If you want to show 2 levels and use floor and ceiling level script, you see that we have 2 clicks, DVG file. We have two tags, level 1, level 2. And the block insert point, decimal place, and write levels to both tags, yes. So just to see this value. If you want to annotate the room name, the block explanation looking like this. Number of clicks to DVG file name and data file cell room. Two tags, block insert point, decimal places. It is how it's simple. If you want to annotate the windows, we should make 3 clicks. Floor to window sill. So the first click will be on the floor, the second on the window sill, and the third one will be on Windows head. So in total 3 clicks. We're using DVG file and that fc.ch, 2 tags, and 2 decimal places. And now, how to customize these blocks. So first of all, these blocks I will share you at the end of this workshop. So you'll be able to have on your computer. But after installing ARES Commander and that software, you can go to the app data, find the ARES Commander, find the version which you are using, and find all these files. So how it's looking. So you can go to the app data, so person symbol, app data. Now I'm on roaming folder, ARES Commander. Now you can choose which version you are using. And here you will find all these DVG files. And as well, as I told, after this workshop, we will share with you these blocks also as a copy. And here, for example, if you want to customize these blocks, you can open each DVG file with ARES Commander, and the customization will be similar like with the snapping blocks. You can open properties, you can change the heights, you can change the colors, you can change the layers, you can add the symbols. What you cannot change, it is attribute definition name. If you will change, you will need to change in the script as well. So for example, let's create our own script, and we will use Undet FL as a reference. So we will make a copy. We'll write Undet FL2, different DVG file name. We'll open this DVG file. And now let's make that it will look like floor level. I will move this text here. The block insert point is the start position of X and Y axis. And now let's change the color, maybe to the blue. This tag I will change and will mark as a level. We can keep it in green, for example. If I want, I can add additional symbols. And now simply close this DVG file and save. Once we have saved this file, I will make a copy of this file. We'll go to the app data roaming ARES Commander support will place the block here. And now I will open Undet Browser and will find this script. I will make a copy of this script. We'll press plus and floor level block in our name of the script. I will insert the script, make a space at the end. And now what I have changed the DVG file name and that FL2. And what I have changed the tag. It was level, now LVL. Okay, pressing OK. Now I need to select this block. And let's try to insert this block into our drawing. And as you can see, my block is inserted in this drawing. As you can see, I have changed the colors, add the symbol, and it is how simple you can customize these scripts and these blocks. So here you will find 50 prepared scripts just to understand how everything is working. And later on, you can adopt these scripts, blocks to your company style to meet your requirements, font size, layers. Maybe you need to create different annotation symbols or blocks. Even you can, for example, insert text. You see there's a socket, one click. And the block is inserted. So you can, using browser, annotate the small objects just to show the symbols, text, like sockets, lights. I don't know, if you want to, you can annotate furniture, so it's completely easy to do. Okay, and now I will close Undet Browser. And I will close this DVG file. And we'll get back to the PowerPoint. And the last part of our workshop is to show you how to add altitudes to sections and facade drawings. And to do that, we'll open sample DVG file, which you will receive. Open. I've placed this file on my desktop, and the file name is sample drawing for section and elevation annotating. Okay, so now you see the elevation view, you see the section view, and typical when we are delivering the sections elevations, we need to add the levels, altitudes of the floors, ceilings, maybe door levels. So to do that, we have simple blocks. You will find in the levels blocks for sections and annotations. Z level block. Once you will open this DVG file, you will find two size blocks, 1 to 50, 1 to 100 scale. And if when we are annotating for floor plans, we need to show the floor levels in the z-axis. But when we are annotating the sections, for example, our sections are placed on the x and y axis, and we need to show the height by y axis. And now if I will move this block, to different height, we'll type RE rebuild, and it will show me correct level of a Y position. And to annotate for force, I will copy these blocks which are reference point. We'll go to original view, and now Ctrl V. I will add this block to the datum line, rebuild, and you see now it's showing that it's 0, but our datum line, our reference line, is showing that it should be 50 meters. Okay, and if I will select this line, you see that vertex Y positions is 0. So what we need to do, we need to select all our files, drawings, and move by 15 meters on Y axis. And now if I press reboot, you see that this block showing correct datum level. And now I can very easy annotate my section drawing. You can see it's super fast, easy. If I want to annotate these door heads or ceilings, this block's looking not very nice in this station, so we need to use a mirror tool. We will mirror this block. Yeah, I don't know, it's snapped. Yep. Well, I will snap where I went to, and again select these blocks, and I can very easy place on the ceilings, and I have the annotations. If the block is not updating after inserting or moving this block, type RE rebuild, or it's enough just to save your drawing. And so it's easy to annotate the sections. And now about the annotations of elevation. Typical when we annotating the elevations, we are not leaving the blocks snapped on the drawing, because it will cover our lines. So in this case, what we can do, we can add the levels where we want. We'll use the mirror. Mirror tool. And copy the same workflow. Can copy. Where I want to show the levels, and what tip that we don't want to leave these levels overlapping with our floor plan drawing. So on the side, I will draw the line, select a line. You see that start X position and X position. I will roll up to 50. Yeah, so it's a reference line, 50. I can select the blocks which I want to move in a single line. Yes, I'm selecting almost all the blocks. And now position X will be 50. And now all my levels are placed on the side of the floor plan view. Of course, you can do the same in sections, but usually we just, when we are annotating the sections, we are placing these annotations blocks on the section drawing, inside the section drawing, and with elevations, we're just placing on the side. And the last important thing, when you're delivering these drawings to the end user in DVG file format. You see now it's flat, it's everything okay. But if you will select these blocks, you will see that it's not a text symbol, it's a block. And if a customer accidentally will move your drawing to these blocks, these values will automatically change. Okay. So in this case, it's better to explode these blocks. And to do that is the same as I showed with the floor plans with the annotation blocks. If you use explode feature, you will see not the value which you want to have, but attribute definition symbol. So instead of using explode tool, you can select all these blocks, select matching, yeah, and we'll use the burst tool to explode. Now it is a simple node object, and if I will try to move this drawing up and down, I will try to reboot, the annotation will not change. So what is the idea behind this? When you're doing the annotation, so you're using the blocks, when you're delivering these blocks to the end customers, we just recommending to export that into regular text lines. And because we have few cases when end users just starting to move the drawings, start to design process, to modify everything, and we just lost all the levels and make a mistake. So just take in your mind that when you're delivering, it's better avoid to deliver live blocks together with your PDF files. And now let's move back to the PowerPoint, and I'm ready to answer to all your questions about the annotation workflow in ARES Commander by using Undet. Okay, so let's answer one question from Anonymous. The question is Undet plugin only available for AutoCAD and ARES Commander only? No, we have 4 plugins. So we have a plugin for AutoCAD, for ARES Commander, for SketchUp, and for Revit. But this plugin a little bit different. If you want to work with the floor plans, you want to produce the floor plans based on the point cloud, it's better to use the CAD softwares like ARES Commander, AutoCAD, which has the layers, which has the blocks, and you can very easy to vectorize everything and annotate with drawings. Okay, another question is again about the blocks modification. So as I told, after this webinar, we will share all these files with you. So you will have some tips and notes. You will have links to try ARES Commander and Undet software. You will receive all the blocks, level blocks, to annotate the sections elevations. You will receive a snapping blocks, master file, and 3 separated files, which you can customize to fit your styles. Also, you will receive Undet Browser blocks for the same purpose, to customize it. You will receive Undet Point Cloud project to test everything, and 2 DVG files from the same Point Cloud project. Yeah. Another question is just raised is about bubble view in Undet Browser. How we need to prepare this data set? Okay, it's a good question. If you have already watched our webinars about Undet Browser, when you're creating Undet project using Undet indexer, you're selecting the project type. And if you're planning to use Undet Browser, the important step is that your point cloud should be structured. So each scan station is in separate file. Yeah, so if you are using unified tools, so you are losing the individual file structure and you will not be able to use Undet Browser. But if you're using Terrace Laser Scanner, it's very easy to export structured point cloud files, import to Undet Browser, go to the settings, and you should select option Create Undet Browser Project. And now again, I will open this point cloud project. As you can see, if I activate BB column, I can click the right mouse button on that. For example, is selected station points. And now I see only the point cloud from this scan station. So as you can see, when you're using structured point clouds, you can change the visibility of each file, and you have camera center information. And you can annotate the blocks using Undet Browser. As well, you will have some additional tools to shift your slice up and down, but now we are just focusing on annotating the floor plans. And compatible file format with Undet Browser, as I told, it should be structured. So the structured file format is E57, PTX, FIL-ES, RCS, RCP, RSP. So in general, we are recommending to use E57. For Faro users, we have a direct import from FIL-ES scanner type. Leica users can use E57 or PTX scanners. Trimble users usually using E57 file format. So now this is, I think it's quite easy to have structured data. If you don't have structured data, and for example, you have point clouds made from the drone, and you want to use Undet Browser, in ARES Commander, we have Create Panel tool, where you can place your 3D camera positions, points. And using this tool, you can create virtual scans, render the point cloud, and later on open Undet Browser project, and you can place annotations or manage point cloud slicing. Okay, and yeah, so maybe some more questions. We'll check on LinkedIn. Again, one question about the customization. As I already told, all these blocks which I have used, I will share with you, and we'll share instruction how to customize it. So there is no issues to do that. You can practice, and all the time you will have my contacts for consultations. Yeah, I will share my screen again. Yeah, so thank you for joining the sessions. I don't see any more questions. All the questions is repeating. Okay, so my personal contact, marius@undet.com, my personal cell phone number. So if you have any questions about that point cloud software, feel free to contact me. So thank you for joining the sessions, and have a nice day or evening, and see you in the next webinars. Okay, so bye.